First breath I took, a life too surreal. Second breath I took was the pivot and strike, finish the kill. Influenced by might, with every sentence reveal. I won't pay back, fuck a dollar bill. Remain calm as the pressure build. Gotta endure until I let this pump whistle at my foes in memory of Emmett Till. I only live to do my master's will. ISUPK, motherfucker. Ain't no cowards on this battlefield. Gone astray but made greater. In my return, left to my mistakes. Every error was a lesson learned. Now I don't move unless it get approved. Won't take a step till it get confirmed. Armed and take what was made for our sakes. March like a tank. One step will make the ground shake. My people sick in their head, Lord, let this truth spread like an outbreak and bring hell that them crackers can't escape. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I want payback for the scars in the slave memoirs. Till Christ arrive, I can't let it slide. Ignore the lies. The only free will that's before your eyes is life or death, nigga, you decide. This heaven was made for me and my fellow. I patiently wait with my eyes on the sparrow, and I pull the trigger while my lips kiss the barrel. Before I ever let a white bitch do me like Othello. I want out this wicked life like Romello. By any means, this devil pulling strings like Geppetto. Lay hold on this brotherhood. I swear I never let go. And fuck that silver spoon, got too much love for the ghetto. Said the score settle, if need be, I die for the cause. Just to hear them angels applaud. And I'm true by every word I say. Cause I know my victory on the way. You want it? Nigga, walk this way. This life may be hard, but I can't give up. On my nigga go hard, and I won't give up. And could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so tough? Cause it's real, I be walking with them angels. Boy, I can't may be hard, but I can't give up. On my nigga go hard, and I won't give up. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so tough? Cause it's real, I be walking with them angels. Boy, I can't be touched. Came through in the clutch. They hate but they can't doubt us. We princes of the power, what you know about us? Evil all around us, but a nigga straight. I told you I can't be touched. Holy angels walk at my pace. And I'm grateful for the words that had me delivered. I'm hungry for the glory, but I ain't eating till I feed my next. One West, what I die for. Attire out the book of numbers, this rifle from the Archangel Michael. My niggas rebels, you can't deny them. It's 144. I be running to and fro with the Allah higher. My UPK soldiers ain't no folding or pretending. We in it for the crowns, fuck friends, we want dominion. In the election ascension, I hope I make it through. Give a damn what a bitch think, as long as my niggas know I'm true. Betray your kind to get success. We make it through the eye of the needle, nigga. I be as life may be hard, but I can't give up. On my nigga go hard, and I won't give up. And could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so tough? Cause it's real, I be walking with them angels. Boy, I can't be hard, but I can't give up. On my nigga go hard, and I won't give up. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so tough? It's real, I be walking with them angels. Boy, I can't be touched.
Shalom, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. How's that sound coming through? You can hear me, just bear with me 1 second. We're trying to make sure our sound is right. We're trying to make sure our sound is right. Yeah, we're good. Oh, yours behind or what?
Is it delay, huh?
Oh, yours behind or what? All right, no sweat. The sound is Tawab. So tonight, as you can see, the topic of class tonight is the law of counsel. The law of counsel. But before we get into it, man, do y'all have any questions? Go ahead.
I know counsel is there for a plethora of things, but how do you deal with a brother that's not in the school?
As far as what?
As far as, you know, like if we have issues with a brother, we and you know, we go to him and him alone.
Right.
But he's not trying to hear you.
Okay.
Like you can't take that brother to counsel. So how do you deal with that situation?
Well, so if it's a brother that's not in the school, and what's the so like what's this scenario? Like, is this somebody like on the job?
Or what's it could be anything, like on the job, or let's say a family member,
right,
that you just having an issue with. Like he had maybe said something to you that you didn't like, something disrespectful, or maybe he had I don't know, he took something of yours without asking.
Okay. So it would depend, right? So let's say if it's, you know, if it's a brother and you on the slavery, like on the job, and you know this brother offends you,
right,
and you go to that brother and you let him know the offense,
right,
and let's say he doesn't hear you, meaning what does it mean when he doesn't hear you?
Well, it's like you know me, just like kind of brushing it off. Don't care what you have to say.
Or not that he doesn't care. He doesn't care that he offended you. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't care that he offended you. On the job, there's an authority that's over y'all on that slavery. So depending on what it is that he's doing, say he's doing something that's, you know, hindering you from doing your slavery, and then you got to get checked by the supervisor, and it's because of what he's doing. So you go to him like, hey, you keep doing this and this and that, and they coming down on me because of this and this and that. And he like, I don't give a fuck, man. F this job, this and this and that. Okay, now I don't try to talk to you. You don't want to listen. Now I need to go to my supervisor and let them know the situation. Hey, this is what's going on. So now that's for them to handle. You know what I mean? I done went to you and I done spoke to you and told you what was going on over here at the slavery with this other person. I tried to go to him to solve it. He didn't want to solve it. So now I'm coming to you to let you know so that you can do your job as a supervisor. You know what I mean? If it's you know, someone in the world like your family member, and you go to them, and sometimes like with your family, because they're not in the truth, because they're not in the school, a lot of times the demon on them, it wants dysfunction. It doesn't want healthy relationships. It just wants dysfunction. And that's the demon that they have on them. So you may go to them and, you know, you trying to work something out with them, whatever the offense was, like they stole something, you trying to work that out with them, and they just don't care. They don't give a damn. They don't want to do anything. They don't even want to apologize. That's because they have a demon on them that just wants dysfunction. You know what I mean? If it's a brother where, you know, he wants to work it out, he wants to make it right, then you could bring him to a priest in the school. You know what I mean? Right. Like you can bring him to a priest in the school. He doesn't hear you. Hey man, well, we can have this counsel, you know, with my camp leader, or with my captain, and and we can solve it that way. And then let them decide whatever the judgment is going to be for whatever the matter is. Then that's the judgment. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much you can do because they're in the world. There's only so much that you can do because they really don't have no respect for the Most High. They really don't have no authority that rules over them that can settle their differences. It's not like, back in the day, like, we would have, a chief in every village. You know what I mean? Like a judge. We had judges in every zone that would, reconcile all of the differences and all of the problems that took place in each zone. And the people that was living there, they respected the authority of this person. So what they said was law. If you stole something from this brother and he went to you to get it back and you didn't want to give it back to him, and then he brought you to me to solve it, now I'm going to make you give him back what you took from him and double. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's judgment. And then whoever this brother was, he will have to obey that judgment or face the consequences. No difference than Esau and his law right now. When there's civil differences, you go sue a family member. You know what I mean? That's why the scriptures say, why go to the law of the unjust? Because that's what we have to do now, because our family don't respect the Most High. So now I got to take you to court with the white man to sue you for what you stole from me. And you my cousin. And you my uncle. You know what I mean? Right. And that's why it's the way it is right now. So it's, it's difficult when it's family, but what you want to try to do, if you can't solve it between each other, then you want to try to bring him to a priest in the school. And if they're not willing to go to a priest in the school, then you know what I mean? Now I gotta go see what the white man gotta say. You know what I mean? Or whatever, whatever the priest tells you to do. It depends on the situation. You know what I mean? Depend on what the offense is, and then we're able to make a judgment like, all right, he don't want to come and deal with it with us. We need to do this. Or we need to do that. You know what I mean? So that's how we will handle that. But when it comes to brothers that are in the school, go to Luke chapter 17. This is what you have to understand, because the thing is, when brothers come into the truth and come into the UPK and into the school, because we coming from a world of Christianity, we have a lot of like magic in our mind. Well, we think things work by magic. You can say a prayer. Oh, what's this pork? Let me say a prayer over this pork and it's gonna be clean, and then I can eat it. Like, no, it don't work like that. You know what I mean? Or my bill's late, and they about to cut my lights off. Let me say a prayer over this light bill so they don't turn it off tomorrow. Like, no, it don't work like that. That light's gonna get cut off if that bill's not paid. No matter how hard you pay, if them people ain't get that money, they gonna hit the switch. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thinking of Christianity, where it's like, everything, we think everything is magic. When you're in the truth, your light bill due. Like, we not finna pray about it. Like, we finna try to get this money together. so we can pay this bill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the difference between one of the differences of the many differences between being in the truth and being, in the Christian church. So in the Christian church, because we think everything is just magic, even when somebody offends us, we think we can just pray and that the offense goes away, when that's not how it works. And then sometimes we come in the truth and we believe in the truth because, this is the truth, the home of the truth. And, we following the Most High, we following the scriptures. We may think that no one is supposed to offend us, when that's not how this works. That's just not, it's not reality. That's magical thinking. That you finna come into the truth and get your Hebrew name, and then all your worries, all your trouble, everything just disappears. No, that's Disney movie. That's not life. That's not life. And in the truth is real life, how life works, how it's supposed to be. That's what you get when you come into the truth. How to address problems and offenses when they come. And that's what we're going to learn tonight. So just because you come into the truth, just because you in the truth, don't mean that no brother is ever going to offend you again or do something wrong that may hurt you. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that's never going to happen ever again, because it can happen and it will happen. But what you have to learn how to do is how to address those offenses whenever they come. Whenever they come, because they will come. Why? Because we're men. We're men. And this is not magic. This is not a Disney movie. We're men. And men make mistakes. Yes, some mistakes should never be made. Right? Like there's just some mistakes that you just should never happen. Just should never happen at all, ever. But then there's some that could happen. You know what I mean? Like a brother can offend you. A brother could talk to you a certain way where it's offensive. A brother could tell you something or tell you to go do something that you don't agree with. Like those kind of things happen. So this is what Christ said. Read that when you got it. Start at verse 1. Chapter 17.
Luke 17, verse 1. Then said he unto the disciples, it is impossible, but that offenses will come.
It's what?
Impossible.
It's impossible. This is what Christ is saying, man. It's impossible. What does impossible mean? That it's going to happen. Right. Fences are going to come. It's impossible that they don't come. It's going to happen, man. And the problem is, brothers expect offenses not to happen. And you can't be that way. It's going to happen. You just have to accept that. Just accept that. It's going to happen. Just because you're in the truth don't mean no one is ever going to offend you again. Just because you're in the truth don't mean that when somebody offends you, oh, this can't be the truth. How is this the truth? And this brother talking to me like this and that happened and this happened. That doesn't mean it's not the truth. This is the ISUPK, started in 1969. This is the home of the goddamn truth.
Yeah, right.
And in the home of the truth, you will get offended. But how you deal with those offenses is what shows the type of man that you are. Because Christ is about to lay it all out to us. When these offenses come, which is impossible that they not come, this is how you deal with them. This is how you handle them when they come. He about to lay it all down. Now, when those offenses come, what some brothers do, what do some brothers do when they get offended?
They get in their feelings.
They get in their feelings, then they do what?
Try to bring you back. It's like, sir.
Go ahead.
It's like, sir, if I may. They'll some brothers will try to keep it to themselves.
Okay.
And just not talk, not address the brother for a while, and then they let the offense build up,
right?
To where they'll act a certain way to that brother after a while,
right? And what do you call that? What's another word for that type of behavior?
Being emotional. It's like, sir, being emotional, sir.
Or grudge.
Kind on kind.
Give me that scripture. You know what I said?
Nah, sir.
Leviticus 19 and 18. Read that real quick.
Leviticus 19. Verse 17, sir?
18, I believe.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Who's the children of thy people?
Israelites.
Israelites. Our brothers, our sisters. And they say, we shall not do what?
Bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Go ahead.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord.
I am the Lord. That type of behavior that you just described, that's unlawful behavior.
Right.
If you're that type of brother that do that, you don't have the spirit of the Most High on you. You're going against the laws. You're going against the scriptures. Scriptures say you don't hold a grudge. You don't seek to take revenge. That's not what you do, man. What you do is what Christ prescribed. So what Christ is about to lay down, these scriptures that we about to go to, it's about to let you know exactly what you need to do so that you never become that brother that he just described, where you're holding a grudge. You're supposed to be in the truth. You're supposed to be officer so-and-so. And you holding grudges against other brothers? Come on, man. Let's jump back to Luke 17, where we left off.
Luke 17:2.
Go ahead.
It were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck and his cast into the sea.
Salakia, go up. Read the second part of verse 1. I don't think we finished that. Where it says, it is possible that offenses will come, but
woe unto him through whom they come.
What does woe mean? Go ahead.
It means like stop.
No. Go ahead.
It's like, sir, if I may. Woe means destruction.
Destruction. So Christ is saying it's impossible that offenses will come, but woe, but destruction unto him through whom they come.
Right.
Why? Because if you're the type of brother that's out here just offending other brothers, woe unto you. destruction unto you, because you're trying to destroy the brotherhood. So the Most High is going to destroy you. Read on, verse 2.
It were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and he cast into the sea, than that he should offend one of those little ones.
These little ones. Who are the little ones? Go ahead.
It's like, sir, the little ones are the Israelites.
Yeah, us. We're the little ones. The children of Israel. We're the little ones. And Christ is saying it's better that you put a millstone, which is like a heavy rock, around your neck, and you get thrown into the sea, than for you to offend one of the children of Israel. That's the type of spirit that you have to have on you, man.
Right.
So you can fully embrace what brotherhood really is. You have to be careful how you deal with brothers. You have to be careful, man, how you talk to brothers. Christ is saying right here, it's better that we tie a rock around his neck and throw him into the goddamn ocean than for him to be around here offending brothers. Read on. Verse 3.
Luke 17, verse 3. Take heed to yourselves.
Take heed to who?
Yourselves.
What does that mean? Go ahead.
It's like, sir, examine yourself.
Yeah. Watch yourself.
Right.
Watch yourself. Take heed to yourselves. Make sure you're not the nigga that's out here that deserves to be at the bottom of the ocean, because you out here of offending the children of the Most High. Read on.
If thy brother
trespass
against thee, rebuke him, and if he repent, forgive him.
What does that mean? Go ahead.
It's like if he does something wrong to you,
okay,
and then like this repent means asking for your forgiveness.
What does rebuke him mean?
Rebuke means forgive him.
Go ahead.
It's like the other one, if I may. Rebuke him means let the brother know of his offense.
Right. You let him know. Say rebuke him. If your brother trespassed against you, rebuke him. You go and let him know, like, hey man, what you said, or the way you talked to me back there, like I'm offended, man. Yeah. Like I don't appreciate being spoken to that way. I felt it was disrespectful. You rebuke him. And then, and if he repent, what does it mean if he repents? Right. If he say, oh, Salakia, sorry about that, man. I'll be more careful next time. I ain't mean to talk to you like that. I ain't mean to make you feel that way. You know you my nigga, man. You know what I mean? He repents. That brother does that, then you forgive him. You forgive him. You act like it never happened. Read on.
Luke 17, verse 5. And the let
me see, where you at? 5. And the apostles?
And the apostles said unto the Lord, increase our faith.
So like, stop right there. Stop right there. Now we're gonna jump to Matthew. Right? So now we're gonna jump to Matthew chapter 18 and start at verse 15. All right. So keep all of that in mind, man. This is what Christ is telling us right there in Luke. This is what Christ is telling us right there in Luke. So we need to understand that offenses will come. They're going to come. Christ said it's impossible that they won't come. You know what I mean? But when those offenses come, you go to your brother and you let him know that he offended you. And if he says Salakia, then you forgive him. So now what we about to read is what happens if he doesn't repent. So what happens if he doesn't repent? What happens if you go to this brother that offended you and you try to let him know, hey, you know what you did back there, man, you know, the way you spoke to me, you know, I was offended by that, you know, and I just want to come to you and let you know as a brother, you know, that I don't like being spoken to that way. If he says, nigga, that's just how I talk. Right. Now what? That's just how I talk. That's how I talk to everybody. Now what? Like, could you sit that outside the door? Baruch Shah. Yeah, just sit it right outside the door. So now what happens? You go to this brother and let him know that, you know, he offended you. You didn't appreciate the way he spoke to you. And he say, look, that's just how I talk. That's just me. Now what?
It's like, sir,
go ahead.
The brother's not hearing you.
He's not hearing you. He didn't hear you. So now what? Now what happens? Now what do we do? Let's go to Matthew chapter 15. Slack it, Matthew chapter 18 and start at verse 15.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
What does that mean, young man Jeremiah?
It means if your brother offends you, you talk to him and just him alone.
Okay.
And then if it's like worked out, well, now you and your brother got like, that's your brother, you know, that's, you know.
Right. You gain thy brother. If he shall hear thee, then thou gain thy brother. Him hearing you is just what we read in Luke. Right. He heard you if he apologizes. If he says Salakia, I didn't mean to come off like that. I didn't mean to, you know, to speak to you that way and make you feel that way. Salakia. If he says anything other than that, he didn't hear you. He didn't hear you. All right, so let's read on. Verse 16.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 16. But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of two or three witnesses every word may be established.
What does that mean? Go ahead.
That means if he ain't trying to hear you out, go ahead and take two or more brothers with you to try to talk it through.
Right. So you go to an officer and, you know, you try to let him know this offense. He don't hear you. Okay, now let me go. Now I got to get the camp lead involved. I got to get the captain involved. And I'm going to go and try to talk to him again. Right? Because what are you trying to do? What's the purpose of all of this? Like, what's the whole point of all of this?
Slacky out of one, if I may. The purpose of all this is to maintain the brotherhood.
Maintain the brotherhood. We just read it. What did Christ say? If he shall hear thee, thou hast what?
Gained a brother.
You gained your brother. So keep that in mind. The whole point of all of this, all these rules we're reading about on how you deal with offenses, the point of all of it is to gain your brother. It's to maintain the brotherhood. That's the point. That's why if it's somebody that's out here just making offenses and don't want to hear, you know what I mean? Like Christ said, like you just out here just offending brothers, like woe to you, destruction to you, because you are destroying the brotherhood. You're destroying the brotherhood. When the point of all of this is to gain the brotherhood, it's to gain your brother. You pushing brothers away. Read on. Verse 17.
So, like, sir, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 17. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as an heathen man.
As a what?
As an heathen man.
A what?
An heathen man.
Go ahead.
And a publican.
What does that mean?
Somebody, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
He shall be treated as an outcast of Israel, sir.
If what?
If he does not take heed to the counsel.
This brother offended you. You went to this brother, him and him alone. He still don't want to hear you. You went and got your camp leader. You got the captain. You went to him. He still didn't want to hear you. Camp leader, the captain, took him in front of the generals. He still didn't want to hear it. You treat that brother like a white man.
Yo.
Like a heathen. You understand?
Come on, sir.
Because the point of all of this is to build brotherhood. Is to gain thy brother. How can we have somebody amongst us that's destroying the brotherhood?
Right.
That's why Christ said, woe unto you. It's better you tie a rock around your neck and you fall, get drowned at the bottom of the ocean. That's how important this is, man. That's how important it is for you to go to counsel. Don't hold grudges, like we read in Leviticus. That's unlawful. You don't hold grudges. Somebody offend you, you deal with it. That's it. You go, you deal with it. Hey, Salakia, you know, the way you spoke to me, you did this, you did that. Whatever it is, if it offends you, you go to that brother. That's it. Go ahead, Art.
Like, sir, I got a question. Like, what if it's not a brother? Say it's like your rib or like a sister. How do you deal with like that? Do you deal the same way or?
The same way, Art. The same way. You go to her, say it's your rib. You go to your rib. Your rib don't want to hear you. Now y'all arguing, fighting because she thinks she right. You think you right. Okay, now it's time to get the camp leader on the line. We going to counsel. It's the same process. The same process, whether it's a brother, whether it's a sister. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same process. And the point of it all is to what? Maintain the brotherhood, man. That's the point of it all. Like, we can't have someone in here that's destroying the house that we're trying to build. Like, how can we have you here and we trying to build a nation? We're trying to build a nation, and the foundation of it all is the brotherhood that we have amongst each other. How can we have you here when we're trying to build and you're destroying? It's not going to work. It's not going to work, man. Let's read on.
Book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 18. Verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever ye shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Verse 19. Again, I say unto you, that if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. Verse 20. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them.
And that's Christ doing what? That's just him establishing, letting us know the authority that we have. The authority that the generals have. When they say you a damn heathen, you're done, you're out, you're gone. Christ gave them that authority. Whatever they bound on earth should be bound in heaven. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever they loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. And that's what you have to understand, being a brother in this school. That you have an authority that rules over you, that governs you. So you have to be careful how you deal with brothers, how you deal with sisters, because you can find yourself on the other side. And we'll be looking at you like you're a goddamn white man because of what you did to this brother. And you were not willing to apologize and to make it right. So go stand over there with them. You can't be here with us. Go over there with the Edomites, man. Go over there with the Chinese and go with them over there. You can't be over here with us. You feel me? Let me see where we at. Okay, let's read on. Verse 21.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times?
So this is Peter asking what? This is Peter. Okay, Christ giving a breakdown, right? On how this whole thing works when it comes to counsel. And Peter's like, if I go to a brother, he offends me, and he says Salakia, and then I have to forgive him, right? The brother says Salakia, you got to forgive him. So Peter like, hold up. How many times I got to forgive this nigga, man? How many Salakias do I have to take? So this is what Christ said. Go ahead. Read on.
Verse 22. Yahweh Shai saith unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
So am I supposed to forgive him 7 times? Nah, nigga, you ain't supposed to forgive him 7 times. You're supposed to forgive him 70 times 7. That's what Christ said.
Come.
That's what Christ said, man. So does that mean so what? So now that means a brother can just come and just keep offending you, doing the same thing. That would mean what? Go ahead.
Sluck y'all one, if I may. That would mean the brother wasn't hearing you.
He never heard you. If you don't went to him one time about this, he said, Salakia, you forgave him, you let it go. Then you go to him again about the same thing. He says, Salakia, you forgave him, let it go. Again, he says, Salakia, you forgave him, let it go. Again, Salakia, you forgave him, let it. Now, it at some point, you have to realize that this brother is not hearing you. So what do I need to do? I need to go get 2 more. You see what I'm saying? Because he's not hearing you. He's not hearing you. If he keeps doing the same offense, he's not hearing you. Read on.
Verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which would take account of his servants. And when he had begun to reckon, one was brought unto him, which owed him 10,000 talents. But for as much as he had not to pay, his Lord commanded him to be sold, and his wife and his children, and all that he had, and payment to be made. The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying, Lord, have patience with me, and I will pay thee all. Then the Lord of the servant was moved with compassion, and loosened him, and forgave him the debt. But the same servant went on and found one of his fellow servants, which owed him 100 pence, and he laid hands on him. And
he did what?
And laid hands on him.
Go ahead.
And took him by the throat.
What does it mean when somebody lay hands on you?
Throwing those hands.
Oh, so you mean they not praying for you? They're not saying, they're not touching you with the anointing. No, when somebody lay hands on you, they doing what?
Throwing hands.
Read on.
He whooped him.
Yeah, he whooped them. He whooped them. Because why? This brother, he asked for forgiveness.
Right.
And he received forgiveness. But then somebody else that owed, what does it say? Somebody that owed him money. Somebody that owed him money, he gonna go lay hands on them. When you owe somebody money and you just got forgiven for the money that you owe, but then somebody else owe you money and you go lay hands on them. You take them up by the throat. Like, where my money at? Read on.
It took him by the throat, saying, pay me that thou owest.
Where my money at? That's how you know this is a black and Hispanic man's book, man. Somebody owe you money, nigga. You finna snatch him up. Like, nigga, where my bread at? Read on.
Verse 29. And his fellow servant fell down at his feet and besought him, saying, have patience with me, and I will pay thee. Verse 30. And he would not, but went and cast him into prison till he should pay the debt. So when his fellow servants saw what was done, they were very sorry and came and told unto the Lord all that was done.
So now, when everybody else saw what this nigga did, you went to Adawan and forgive me, sir. And you were given forgiveness for what you owed. But then somebody that owed you go take them up by the throat and ask them where your money at. So now everybody that saw that, now they're gonna go to the Lord and do what? Read on.
Verse 32. Then his Lord, after that he had called him, said unto him, O thou wicked servant.
Thou what?
O thou wicked servant.
Go ahead.
I forgave thee all that debt, because thou desirest me. Shouldn't not thou also have compassion on thy fellow servant?
Have what?
Have had compassion on thy fellow servant.
Read on.
Even as I had pity on thee.
So now you were forgiving your debt, but the debt that somebody owes you, you didn't forgive them. You grabbed them up, asked them where your money was at. They didn't have the money. They asked you to give them some time to pay. You take them and you get them thrown in jail. So now the Lord is looking at you like, you an evil nigga.
Yeah.
You evil. Like what you owed, I forgave. But now what this person owed, you can't forgive? That's an evil nigga. Yeah. If you offend somebody, why is Christ saying this? What are we talking about? We talking about brotherhood, right? Maintaining the brotherhood. If somebody offend you or trespass against you, you go to him and him alone. Then you take it up the ladder. If he doesn't hear you, that's the topic of all of this. Right. So what? What does that mean? If you offend a brother, and a brother come to you and tell you that you offended, what you did was offensive to him, and you don't want to hear him. But when somebody offend you, you go to them and you want them to hear you. You want them to say Salakia for offending you. But when somebody come that you offended, now you can't say Salakia. Ain't no Salakias in you. You an evil nigga. Straight up and down.
Right.
Straight up and down, man. What does the Lord's Prayer say? Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespassed against us. What did Christ say? The same way that you forgive, forgiveness will be given to you. The same measure. So that's what we have to keep in mind when it comes to building this brotherhood and maintaining this brotherhood. If somebody offends you and you go to them and you expecting a salakia from them, the same way you expect that salakia from them, you have to be ready and willing to say salakia when you offend somebody else. That's how we maintain this brotherhood, man. That's how we do it. And if you don't have that in you, if you can't do that, then you're an evil nigga, man. You evil. Read on.
Verse 34. And his Lord was wroth and delivered him to the tormentors.
To the what?
To the tormentors.
Sent this nigga to be tortured, man. That's what you deserve. That's what you deserve. Read on.
Till he should pay all that was due unto him.
Pay it all up. Read on.
So likewise shall my heavenly Father do unto you.
Shall he what?
Shall he do unto you.
Who should do this?
My heavenly Father.
Go ahead.
Do unto you. If ye from your hearts forgive not everyone his brother their trespasses.
That's what Christ said, man. That's what Christ said, man. The Most High is going to do unto you the same thing that happened to this evil nigga in the scriptures. Why? Because you just like him. You just like him. If you can't say Salakia when you offend somebody, but you expect a Salakia when you make an offense, you want forgiveness, but you're not willing to give it. You ain't fit for this brotherhood. You get sent to the tormentors. You know who the tormentors are?
Select, sir, if I may. The tormentors are the heathen.
The heathen. Send you back into the world. Send you back into the world, man. Send you right back into the world where you belong, because that's where you fit in. That's where you fit in with the rest of the evil niggas, man. Send you right back into the world with the heathens, with the white man, with, the Elamites, the Moabites. Send you right back with all of them, man. The Hamites. You're just like one of them to us, because you don't know how to make it right when you offend somebody. When you make an offense, you don't know how to make it right. So we send you to the tormentors. Go be with them. Go be with them so the Lord can destroy you. Because you're not fit to be a part of this body. So that's what we have to understand. When it comes to counsel, take brothers to counsel, man. If somebody offends you, take them to counsel. Just do it. Why? Because our king said do it.
Right.
It's law.
Right.
It's law. You can't hold a grudge. You can't try to, take revenge and be passive aggressive. Take him to counsel so that you can gain that brother. Because if you don't, you just another evil nigga, man. You just like the white man. If you don't take him to counsel, you just like the white man. You're no different. We're here to build this brotherhood, to build it up. Build it. One brick at a time. Brick by brick. We're not here to tear it down. We're not here to destroy it, man. We're not here to destroy it. If you don't have forgiveness in you, then you're not really here for the brotherhood. You're not really here to build. You just in the way. So if you're going to be in the way, then just go with the white man, because, you get the same, destruction, the same judgment. You're going to get the same destruction, same judgment that they're going to get. Because of the type of person you are. You expect forgiveness, but you can't give it. You expect a salakia, but you can't give a salakia. You know different than them, man.
Right.
You know different than them. You don't want to make things right when you offend somebody. When you do wrong, you don't want to make it right. You're not willing to do what it takes to make it right. You're not willing to face the judgment, to face the music. You're not willing to face it. Whatever that judgment is, you did this and this and this to that brother. Okay, the way you make it right is by doing this. If the judgment is you pay double, then you go pay double. That's the judgment. And if you're not willing to go and pay double, then you just as evil as our oppressors.
Right.
Just as evil as them. Because you're not willing to do what it takes to make it right so that we can maintain this brotherhood, so that we can gain a brother. You're not willing to do what it takes. Be the type of man that's willing to do whatever it takes to maintain this brotherhood.
Right.
Be careful how you speak to brothers. Be careful how you deal with brothers and with sisters. Be careful, man. That's why Christ said, woe unto him from whom offenses come. Destruction unto you if you're the one that's bringing the offense. You never want to be the person that's bringing the offense. The way you make sure that you're not the person that's bringing the offense is you're careful with how you deal with brothers. You're careful with how you speak to brothers. Everything has it has thought. It's respectful. You know what I mean? If you're not sure, then you ask. You make sure. There's a way to avoid offending somebody. There is. There is. But if we do offend someone, then be willing to say salakia. Just be willing to say it. If you offended this person, man. Go ahead, Art.
Like what if somebody is like kind of scared to address the problem? Like kind of come to the brother and address that he's having an issue. Like say he's kind of like feels like I don't know, like uneasy to come and talk to him about the issues having with the brother.
Why would he feel that way? Why would someone feel that way?
I guess like scared of judgment or something.
They're what?
Scared of judgment.
Of what judgment?
Of like how the brother might like see him being like being like a certain way towards him, I guess.
That's a good question, Knock. And the answer is the Lord did not give us a spirit of fear.
That's right.
So if you're afraid to take someone to counsel because of whatever the outcome is going to be, then you have a demon on you. That spirit is not of the Most High.
Right.
You're not the man that you think you are. That's weakness. That's cowardice. And in the UPK, we are no cowards.
Yeah, right.
You cannot be afraid to take someone to counsel. Because the way we look at counsel, because of Christianity and because we're coming out of the world, we look at it as if it's a negative thing. This brother offended me. I'm going to go talk to him and he don't hear me. Now I'm going to take him to counsel with the captain or with the generals. Like we look at that as it's something that's negative. When really the negative thing is when you are afraid to take him to counsel. That's what's negative. What you should be willing to do is to take him to counsel because what? You want to maintain the brotherhood. Because what's going to happen? You're not going to take him to counsel and then you're going to be the nigga in Leviticus that's holding a grudge. That's who you're going to become. that's holding a grudge, you're going to come up with a reason and excuses to leave the truth because of what somebody did to you when you didn't take them to counsel. There's no reason, no excuse that you could ever use to leave the truth. Just know that any excuse you come up with as a reason to why you left the truth, it's because you are weak.
Right.
That's the only reason.
Right.
You're weak. You weren't strong enough to take a brother to counsel. You were afraid. Like, afraid of confrontation. That's what you were. Like a child that's scared, they're going to get yelled at. That was you. But if you want to be a man of the Lord, of the Most High, then you're going to take this brother to counsel because you want to maintain the brotherhood that you have between him. You don't want this offense to separate y'all.
Right.
You want to get justice for this offense so that y'all can move forward from it. So you can't be afraid to take a brother to counsel, man. That's a demon on you. Listen, the general said, General Muhammad said, the only reason a lot of people are still in the school is because you haven't taken them to counsel. So you just out here just taking offenses from someone who should be looked at as a heathen. You're going to sit and continue to take offenses when all you have to do is take them to counsel. That's it. That's it. That's all you got to do. I'm telling you that it's your duty. It's your obligation from the oath that you took when you become a trooper or a priest or officer in the UPK. It's your duty to go to counsel.
Come,
sir.
It's your duty, man. It's part of this life. It's part of this life. Why? So we can stay brothers.
right.
That's why. I'm not taking you to counsel because I hate you, because I never want to talk to you again. I never want to see you again. I'm taking you to counsel because I love you, because I do want to see you again. I do want to talk to you again. That's why I'm doing it, man.
Right.
That's why.
Yeah, right.
And that's the mindset that you got to have. That's the mentality that you have to have, man. We have to go to counsel. Counsel is law. It's law so that we can stay brothers. Period.
That's right.
Any questions? All right, so we're going to go ahead and end it right there, man. This is the ISUPK. We start at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana, man. I'm going to pass the class over to Priest Salakia to I'm gonna pass the class over to Priest and Officer 50 Yakar Yala.
This is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if her brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Ma'ashra, which means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We are currently in the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You shall eat unleavened bread for the next 6 days. Remember to check the brothers and sisters, Akim and Aquathim. Remember to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. This concludes the ISUPK security announcements.
And with that, shalom.
Shalom.
One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends, or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit, I told you shit phenomenal. Nobody a domino, so what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance. One west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got group time for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been as proper since a teeny bopper. But now I'm growing them up, Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modify the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they heat's on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had a nigga spin like a tire, down the deep. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because UP. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.